Hi everybody, happy Tuesday. To be completely honest with you, I thought I was gonna have to wait until later to do the videos because the weather around my area is looking iffy. It's better now, but okay. So the reason, okay, I gotta start with hashtag first. The reason Michael Grazadei gets my hashtag again is because he was the one moment of almost like sanity in the whole episode. And then there was one other highlight, and then that was it. Like, but it, but okay, I'll get there. Okay, so I start watching at 12:30, right at 12:30. Within 10 minutes, they lost me, and the only reason I stayed for 10 minutes was because Phyllis was having like a pity party about poor me, what's gonna happen to me. So then she texts Daniel, I guess, of it's an emergency, I'm in trouble. So he comes running because he's a good son. But then she says, so you're behind me. And he's like, no, actually, I'm not. Because what did you do to get the company? What did you do to get Victor's company? You did all these shady things. So then it's not right that you should have the company. I agree with him that he should do anything he wants to try to get back. And so and then a little bit after that she says, so you're not on my side? And it's like, no, okay. Then literally I stopped watching the whole time until 10 minutes ago. And the only reason I started watching again was because, okay, so then, um, as you may or may not know, uh, Nick has had an addiction storyline for a couple months now. And, well, longer than that. It feels like forever. But anyway, okay, so he had the addiction thing, and then he had the trap thing, and so they had to like rescue him, and then so then apparently you're supposed to believe that Matt Clark has all the power, and so Sienna, who they never use anymore, gets in there and says, uh, if you let them go, if you just let them be free, then and he says, so what's my reward if I do that? Or what do I get if I do that? She says, me. I literally did a double take and said, what? So then she goes on to try to sell it, quote unquote, sell it. You know, remember when we were so young and in love and all this stuff, and we were an amazing team? We can have that again. And then he's all skeptical of like, well, I don't know if you've let go of Noah. And then she comes right back and says, oh, it was just a mistake. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, come on. So I don't know. I don't know. Like my radar for believability is like, I don't know if I believe her and what she said. Which, if she really meant it, then that means Roger Howard and Tamara Braun are on the way out. But if she didn't mean it, then they could still be around, and she could still be around to be with Noah. But then that would screw up my whole like Nadra thing, because I really think that Noah and Audra should be together. But anyway, okay. So the only other interesting thing, kind of, was Michael Baldwin was trying to be on Phyllis's side, and he realized pretty quickly that it wasn't going anywhere with Victor. So okay, this is where the dynamic comes into play, because you have to understand that Michael has some kind of I'd say odd connection to Victor, because you're supposed to believe that Michael had no father figure in his life before, right? So then you're supposed to believe that Victor kind of took over the father figure thing, which is why Michael is so helpful to him and forgiving of anything he does, because I guess apparently when you put the father figure thing on somebody, you're willing to forgive their wrongdoings more easily or something. I don't know. So yeah. Okay. So then it's not working. So then he mentions something, The Art of War, and Victor says, "Oh yeah, I know that book or whatever really good, really well." And then he starts quoting from there, and then I guess that's where he gets Victor to, although Victor doesn't really back down, but I guess you're supposed to believe that Victor tries to see the other side. I don't know, because the reason I'm so iffy on everything is because you're dealing with Victor Newman here. Okay, Victor Newman gets what he wants when he wants, and he doesn't care who he mows down or does whatever to get what he wants. You have to keep that in mind. As long as you know that, you're kosher. You forget that, and it's like, oh, you poor sweetie. You don't get it. That's not the way it runs in Genoa City. So, oh, but then also, okay. So then there was a little moment with Melissa Claire Egan, because Melissa Claire Egan was supposed to be on the phone with Eric Brayton. So then she's calling and going like, "Oh, well, Matt has Adam and Nick and Sharon somewhere, and we have to get them out." And I'm like, "Okay." And then she says, "I didn't know who else to call," and I'm like, "You could have called Nikki." All right, so that's it. All right, bye everybody.